Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So happy and excited to have you here today, guys. As you may know, I moved to Puerto Rico and I know there's so many sounds around, so many roosters. Can you hear them? Oh my god. And it's going to be like this now on because I have so many roosters and chickens very close to my house. So let's try to make this a little bit more fun, okay? Let me know in the comments how many how many roosters you hear, and let me know that in the... Oh my god. I'm gonna be reading all of your comments. Let's laugh together. And yeah, welcome to my new house. I am in Puerto Rico. So many things are happening. This is my first video in Puerto Rico. We are posting so many things in my other channel, JAZOMY home, about all of the moving and like all of the behind the scenes and things that we have been doing for the past I don't know, like 2 months. So I'm going to leave you the link of my other channel, JAZOMY home, in the description box. We posted a new video this past weekend and we're gonna post a new one this weekend. So stay tuned for that and make sure that you are subscribing that other channel. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 20 best DIYs that I have done this year now for Christmas, using Dollar Tree supplies and things that I just have around my home. So I hope that you can get some inspiration from this video, that you like them, and if you do, please that big thumbs up. It really helps to support this channel. Anyways, guys, I hope that you are ready because I am, and he's too. Let's get started. Project, I want to share with you a really cool hack that you can do by reusing these pumpkins from the fall season. I did this DIY, I like it, and I use it to decorate my house, but now I don't want to put it in the trash or store these for a whole year. So what I'm going to do is create another project with the same pumpkins. I'm going to start by painting all of the pumpkins white. I'm going to be using some white chalk paint, and I'm going to give it 2 really good coats of paint. Once it is dry, I'm going to start working on making a hat. I'm going to be using a pot from Dollar Tree from the spring season, and I'm also going to be using a lid that I just have because I want to make a hat. I'm going to be creating a snowman, and this is going to be the perfect size for my pumpkins. So what I did was to stick these 2 pieces together, and then I'm going to paint everything with some chalk paint in black color. Of course, you can add a super cute small detail on the hat. You can put like a greenery, berries, or pine cones on one side of the hat, and then you can stick that on the top of your pumpkins. If you want to see how I put these pumpkins together, I'm going to leave you the link of that video in the description box so you can check it out. I want to add a scarf on my snowman, and for that you can use a scarf from Dollar Tree. You can use like a piece of ribbon, or you can use a piece of fabric that you have at home, and you have to do a small knot between the first and the second pumpkin. Now it's time to add the eyes and the mouth, and for that you can paint it yourself. You can use your Cricut if you have it. I just use a black marker and I draw the eyes, the mouth, and 3 small dots on the middle pumpkin. Your snowman is almost done. You have to put a carrot or something like that for the nose, and I use just like the lid of a marker in orange color. I stick that, and then for the arms I just went outside, cut some branches, and I'm going to stick that on the pumpkin that is on the middle. Once I was done, this is how my project turned out, and I think it looks beautiful and super cute, and I think it's super easy and fun to do with your kids and family, and it's a way to reuse your pumpkins now for Christmas and save some money. For this next project, I'm going to be using 2 very trendy items from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using first pool noodles, and they have them in so many different colors. For this project, I highly recommend getting those pool noodles in white color or red color. You are also going to need some duct tape, and you can get the tape depending on the color of your pool noodle. For example, I get this pool noodle in white color. Well, my duct tape is going to be red color. If you get the pool noodle red, you can get the duct tape in white color, because what I'm trying to do right now is to create some candy canes, and basically you just have to roll these duct tape around your pool noodle. Super easy, and just one duct tape is going to be enough for 2 pool noodles. Once I have that part ready, as you can see, you can like move this pool noodle. So to fix that mini problem, what I'm going to do is to use one of these handles from Dollar Tree. Now I'm gonna try to put these inside of my pool noodle. Is the perfect size. Now if you want to put these on the ground, you need something like pointy. So for that, I'm going to be using these other very trendy item right now, the solar lights from Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is to separate solar light in parts. I'm going to like connect these 2 parts, and then I'm going to be putting that inside of my handle, and all of the sizes work just perfect. This project is meant to be. And what I'm going to do to put them together, you can use hot glue or you can use only tape. It's going to work just fine. And once I have everything together, I'm going to be putting the handle inside of the pool noodle, and the handle is a perfect size for this pool noodle too. Now what I'm going to do is to work on the top part of this candy cane. For that, I'm going to be using the solar light from Dollar Tree, and I'm going just to stick that with hot glue, or you can stick it with a stronger glue, and that's it. You're done with the first candy cane solar light. Now you can do these 1, 2, 3 times depending on how many candy canes you want for your outdoors. I'm going to be making 2 for my front porch, and what I'm going to do now is to basically repeat the same steps. I'm going to be putting the tape on the pool noodle, then I'm going to add the handle and the other parts of the solar light, and then at the end I'm going to be sticking the solar light. And guys, remember, like I said, 1 duct tape is going to be enough for 2 pool noodles, so that's a plus. And this is how the project turned out, and I really like it. If you want these even more stable, you can put them close to a wall, or like the sprinkles like I did. That is going to work perfect for outdoors, and it's just a nice tip and a great idea to add some color and a nice Christmas spirit outside for your home. For the next project, you're going to need a basket, and I have this one at home that I just get from a thrift store for like 50 cents or something like that, and I decided to paint it black, so I use some spray paint and I paint these outside, let it dry, and this is how it's going to look. And for the next step, you can use your Cricut if you have it. If not, you can use just like stickers, and you can paint them in black color just to make it more neutral. Then I'm going to be using an adhesive cork sheet, and I'm going to cut a small piece, and I'm going to stick the Merry stickers that I just paint in black color, and I'm going to cut a small piece of cork sheet. I'm going to stick that on the center of my basket, and if you want to add a small cute detail, you can put drawing pins on the sides of the word Merry. Then once that part is ready, I'm going to be using 2 Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. I'm going to put them together. I'm going to spread all of the branches, and I'm going to put that inside of my basket. This is a super easy DIY that anyone can do. It looks amazing. It has a beautiful high-end look and modern. Walmart has something very similar right now, and it's very expensive, and you can do these for like $5 or less using Dollar Tree supplies and maybe a basket that you have at home. have leftover pots from the spring season from Dollar Tree? Well, I do, and I have a lot, and I really want to use them. So I'm going to share with you a really cool DIY that you can do now for Christmas. You're going to need 3 small pots from Dollar Tree, and what I'm going to do is to paint them black. You can paint them any color, maybe red, gold, silver. I went with the black color just to have a really modern and neutral look. Now to add some details to the pots and some dimension, I'm going to be using some paint in gold color, and I'm going to use a brush, and with that I'm gonna start adding the gold color to the black pots to give this project an antique look. As you know, bells are very trendy right now, but they can be a little bit expensive, and you can create some really cool bells using the pots from Dollar Tree. Now that the paint is dry, I'm going to use a piece of twine, and I'm going to pass that twine on the small hole that all of the pots have to be able to hang these pots and make them look like bells. And to make these even easier, you can add a small piece of tape on the side of the twine and pass that through the hole of the pot, and that way it's going to be super easy, and you can make 2 small knots on the rope or the twine to secure your pots. I'm going to be doing the same on the 3 pots that I have, but make sure that when you cut the ribbon or the twine that you are using, that you cut it in 3 different sizes so that the bells can hang in different levels. Once I have that, I'm going to put all of the bells together and make a small knot on the twine. You can hang your bells in so many places, in your Christmas tree, in a window, in a door. I found this greenery at home, and I think that it can be a cool idea to hang these bells from this greenery. And I'm also going to add a small and simple bow, and I think this project looks amazing, super easy to do, anyone can do it. And I'm just reusing the pots that I have from the spring season that I have at home from Dollar Tree. You know the colorful bulbs that are very like traditional now for Christmas? Well, you can make a jumbo one using Dollar Tree supplies. I'm going to be using this football wire wreath from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to get 2 of them, and what I'm going to do is to put them together using some wire. You can try maybe like a strong glue, but it's going to take a long time to dry. I just prefer some wire, and I'm done. Once you put your 2 wreaths together and they have the football shape or the bulb shape, you need to cover all of that. So for that, you can use some tinsel garland from Dollar Tree. They come in different colors and with some like designs, like small pictures on them. I decided to go with this red one that looks very simple, but I think it's going to work perfect for this project. I get 2 of them, and I'm going to start rolling and covering my bulb with this tinsel garland. I use 2 in total of these tinsel garlands to completely cover my bulb, and like I said, you can use any glue, but hot glue is going to work easy and faster. Once I cover the whole bulb, this is how it's going to look. Now I need to put like a small lid on the top, like the traditional bulb lights from Christmas look like. So for that, you can use a cup. I get this one. It's made out of foam and cardboard, and I think it's going to work just fine to put indoors and outdoors. And what I'm going to do is to paint it green. You can give it 2 really good coats of paint, and once it is dry, you can stick that on the top of your bulb. I'm going to be using just some hot glue, but I highly recommend using a stronger glue if you want to hang these from maybe like the walls. To hang these, you can use some rope or more garland. It's up to you. You can put these outdoors or indoors, and I think it can look amazing if you add some lights inside of these wreath to make it more realistic. project, you are going to need some wood, and I just used some random pieces that I have on my garage. And basically what I want to do is like a pedestal. So I need a long wood piece and then two smaller ones to put on the bottom to make sure that is going to stand. You can use some nails, screws, and then add some hot glue so that this project can be stable and strong. As you can see, all of these wood pieces are very random in different colors. So I want to make sure that everything looks nice together. So I'm going to be using some chalk paint in white color, and I'm going to give this project just one coat of paint is gonna be enough, and it's going to look pretty nice because chalk paint covers really good. Once that it's dry, this is how it looks. Now on the top, I'm going to be using this really cute Santa's face, and what I'm going to do is to stick that on the very top of my wood piece, and I'm going to be using just hot glue. Now what I don't like of this Santa is like the hat, so I'm going to change that super easy. I'm going to add like a real Santa hat, and I'm going to put it on the sign, and then you can add some hot glue on the back to make sure that it sticks well. Now you can do so many things on this project. I decided to make a simple and super cute sign for outdoors, and what I'm going to do for that is to use some of these arrows that you can get at Dollar Tree. They are wood pieces, really nice for so many projects. First, I covered the small holes with wood filler, then sand everything to have a smooth surface, and then I'm going to paint these using some Waverly wax in antique color, and with a napkin I'm going to remove all of the excess of wax on my project. Once it is dry, I'm going to be start writing Santa please stop here, and I'm going to divide that on the two signs that I have. Super easy. If you have a Cricut, you can use that. It's going to look pretty good, but I just used some black marker for this project. And then I'm just going to be sticking these on my sign with some hot glue. You can use maybe some nails to make it stronger, and once I was done, you can put these outdoors and it's going to look pretty good. I really love how it looks outdoors, and I'm very proud of this project. It was easy to do, easier than what I thought it would be, and it has a very high-end look. For this project, I'm going to be using one of these Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the bottom part of the tree, and then I'm going to start spreading and accommodating all of the branches from my Christmas tree. I'm gonna try to create like a swag or wreath for Christmas, and as you can see, I am accommodating all of the branches looking down for this Christmas tree. Then you're going to need some ribbon. You can use ribbon from Dollar Tree. I just have this one at home. I think it's from Walmart, I'm not sure, but I just have this one at home. I love the colors, so I'm going to be using that to create a bow. You can use one color or you can use two colors for this project, and make sure that you put everything together and make a knot with a piece of twine. I need to cover like the stick of this Christmas tree, and for that I'm going to be using some ribbon. I decide to go with red. I add a little bit of hot glue and I stick it, and then I'm going to tie up my bow. Once I have that part ready, this is how it's going to look. If you want, you can leave it like that. You can add maybe some faux snow, or you can add some berries or pine cones like I did, just to give it like that extra touch. Once this project is ready, this is how it's going to look, and it's beautiful. I think it's a great idea to put these hanging from the chairs, or maybe on the windows, or maybe the door or your walls. It is going to add a beautiful, simple touch to any space, and it's very budget friendly because of the Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. Here I'm going to show you another really cool hack that you can do that I saw on Pinterest and I think is brilliant. If you don't want to spend your money buying wreaths for Christmas, or you don't want to spend your time making or DIYing a wreath for your front door, but you still want to decorate your front porch for Christmas, this is a really cool DIY that you can do, easy and affordable. So you're going to need some ribbon and you can get it from Dollar Tree. That way it's going to be cheaper. I got 3 rolls in this red color from Dollar Tree, and what I'm going to do is to cut the pieces and I'm going to stick them to my door. Now I decide to use some duct tape in the same color as my ribbon, and I just stick that on the top of the door and on the bottom. If you want to make that ribbon look wider, you can add another piece on the side. That way it's going to look a little bit better on your front door. And I did the same. I just stick that tape on the top and on the bottom of my door. I want my door to look like a present, so I'm going to be doing the same thing but from side to side of the door, and I just cut the ribbon, add the duct tape, and this is going to stay for a long time. Now if you want to DIY a bow, you can do it with the same ribbon, or you can simply get one of these decorated bows from Dollar Tree. It has glitter and it's going to look really good on your door. It has some like wire on the back, so you can use that to attach your bow to the ribbon. Once you're done, this is how the project is going to look like, and I really like it. I spent like $4 on this project and I have enough ribbon to do more DIYs, and I think it's a great idea if you don't want to use wreaths on your front door this year. For the next project, I'm going to be reusing this gnome that I recently did for one of my fall DIY decorations. I'm going to leave you the link of this project in the description box. I basically used like a witch hat wreath to DIY my gnome and some raffia, but I want to remove like the raffia that it's on the bottom, like the beard of my gnome, because I want to make these perfect for Christmas. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to be using 2 Christmas trees. I'm going to spread all of the branches of my Christmas tree and I'm going to tie them together. You can use only 1 Christmas tree for this project, but if you want the beard of your gnome to look very full, you can use 2 Christmas tree, and this project is still very budget friendly. I removed like the weeds and a sunflower that has on the hat, and I'm going to replace that for a red bow. On the top, if you want, you can add some hanging bells. This is going to add a really super cute touch, or you can leave it like that. And then on the beard, just to make it look even fuller and with a small touch of snow, I'm going to add small pieces of greenery that I just have at home. And I'm going to stick the nose back. This is a pink punk ball that I paint in like an ivory color. I stick that with hot glue and I'm done. This is how my project turned out. I just reused some fall decoration and I really love how it looks now for Christmas. This is another idea that you can do with the Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. Let's make a super easy DIY that anyone can do using these handles from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using 3 handles in total, and what I want to do first is to put them together, forming a triangle. And the best way to do that is using some wire to take advantage on the holes and the small pieces that are on the top of the handle. That is going to make it easier for you to put all of them together, forming that triangle. Now the bottom part of the triangle, you can leave it the same size or you can cut it. I decided to cut it to make the project just a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to put everything together. Now on one side it's easier if you use the wire, but if it gets tricky you can also use some duct tape or just regular tape, and it's going to work just fine. You can use a strong glue, but it's going to take a long time to dry, so if you want to make it a little bit faster, it's okay to use some tape. Now that you have your triangle set and you like the shape and you like the size of your triangle, I'm going to start using this garland. Now this garland is from Dollar Tree, is 15 foot long and is the perfect supply for this project. What I'm going to do is to start from top to bottom, covering the whole triangle with this garland. Now it depends on how big and how tight together you put your garland on your triangle, the amount of garlands that you are going to need. I use about 6 garlands for this project. You can use more, you can use less, depending on how tight you put the garland on your Christmas tree. Once you are done putting one of the garlands on your triangle, you can add the other ones. Just make a small knot. These garlands have wire, so it's pretty easy to attach them together. And another cool hack that you can do is to use some hot glue. You can add that to the handles and then start adding the garland. That way it's going to stay there, it's not going to move, and it's going to be easier to add the garland on the whole Christmas tree. Once you are done covering the whole triangle, this is how the Christmas tree is going to look, and I really like it. Now you can decorate your Christmas tree in so many ways. You can add lights if you want. Fairy lights can work amazing. I decided to hang some ornaments, and just to make my life easier, I decided to go with the ornaments hooks from Dollar Tree. I add them to the balls, and then I'm going to be hanging a few of these ornaments on my Christmas tree. Once I was done, this is how the project turned out, and I really like it. I think it looks beautiful. You can hang these from a wall, or you can just simply put it on the floor. It is going to look beautiful, a nice touch now for Christmas. It's pretty big, but it can look amazing on any space. This is probably one of my favorite hacks that I like to do now for Christmas, using these tinsel stems from Dollar Tree. Now you're going to need 1 package of these tinsel stems, and they come in so many different colors, and I suggest you to get the ones that match with your Christmas tree. If you have a flock Christmas tree, make sure that the tinsel stems are white. If you have a green one, make sure that they are green, so that way it's going to blend in your Christmas tree. What I like to do is use one of these stems, or maybe you can cut it in half, and I'm going to add one on each side of the ribbon. If you want to add ribbon to your Christmas tree, and especially if you have kids, you want to make sure that you secure them. Someone touch the Christmas tree, they are not going to fall down. And I learned this hack for my mental health basically, but I really like it, and I have been doing this for years now. I like to add the tinsel stem on each side of the ribbon, and I just twist the tinsel stems on the branches of my Christmas tree. That way they are not going to fall. It's going to look beautiful, and you can manipulate the ribbon until they look good on your tree. You can do this with the ribbon that you want to put on your Christmas tree, but I also like to do it with the stems. I love adding stems and different types of foliage on my Christmas tree, but they always fall down because I have a dog, I have kids, and I don't know what happened, but they always fall down. So to make sure that they look good for a long time, I like to add a small tinsel stem on each of the branches that I decide to put on my Christmas tree, and then I just twist that on the branches of the Christmas tree, and it works amazing. Just make sure that the tinsel stem that you are using is the same color as your Christmas tree. Here I'm showing you how it looks and how I did it on the Christmas tree that I decorated last year, and I really love how that tree turned out, and I actually have a whole video for that. Make sure that you check the link in the description box if you want to see how I decorate this Christmas tree and all of the hacks that I also share in that video. this next project, I'm going to be using these very big ornament signs that you can get at Dollar Tree. They are pretty big and they have like this tinsel garland around them. So what I'm going to start doing is to remove all of that tinsel garland. You can reuse that on another project, so don't throw that away. But for this project, it's not going to be necessary, so I just removed all of that, super easy. And I did the same for both of the signs that I have. Once I have the skeleton basically of these ornaments, I'm going to be sticking them together. You can use hot glue, that's gonna be more than enough, and I'm going to stick them together, making like a 3D ornament. Hope that makes sense. Now this project is going to be like for outdoor, so I'm gonna try to make everything like waterproof. Basically what I'm going to do is to use this plastic table cover in white color. I'm going to cut a small piece and I'm going to completely cover this ornament with the plastic cover. Now I lost one of the clips, but basically what I did was to use a piece of foam board from Dollar Tree and I cut it like in a very cool crazy shape. So yeah, that's what I did. Basically I want to make like a melted snowman, so that's why it had this weird shape. And on the center of this foam board, I'm going to stick the ornaments that I covered with the plastic tape. You can make a small hole just to secure that and make sure that it's going to be stable. Now I'm going to be using the rest of the plastic table cover to completely cover my whole project because like I said, I want to make these kind of like waterproof. So I did that. I add just a small piece on like the head to make sure that I have the shape of the head, and then on the bottom part I use some hot glue and tape to stick everything together. Once I have that part ready and everything is really well stick, I'm going to cover everything with this glitter drape from Dollar Tree. You can use this for so many things, and I think it's going to be perfect for this project to make my snowman a little bit more realistic. And what I did was the same thing that I did with the plastic table cover. I put it on the top. I tried to create like all of the shape of this snowman and the melted part of my snowman and the hat and everything, and I used some hot glue to stick everything. Now let's start decorating our snowman. I'm going to add a small tinsel garland on the neck to make it look like a scarf, and I add a small bow. Now I'm going to be adding a hat on my snowman, and I found this glitter hat at Dollar Tree in the patty section, and I think it worked pretty good on this project. I just stick that on one side of the snowman head with hot. For the eyes, I use pretty big black pom-poms that I have at home that I also get from Dollar Tree. I'm going to stick those with hot glue, and then for the nose I just use like a small plastic piece of carrot that I saw from my kids' toys, and I just grab that and stick it with hot glue. Finally, you can add some cute touches on your snowman's hat. I add some leaves and red berries on top. Once I was done, this is how my melted snowman looks like. I think it's just the perfect DIYs. I just love this idea so much. I think it's super funny and original, and I think it's one of my favorite projects. But I want to read your comments, so let me know which one is your down in the comments. For this next project, I'm going to be using 2 Christmas trees, and I'm going to be removing like this bottom part that they have. It's super easy to remove. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to start like spreading all of the branches out from the Christmas tree. And I'm going to do the same for both of my trees. I'm going to be creating like a centerpiece that you can use for your dining table or like any table from your home. So once I spread all of the branches from my Christmas tree, I'm going to put them in different directions. And then if you want, you can use like ornaments. These are big and huge ornaments that I used last year for my Christmas tree. And I'm going to insert those on the branches of my tree. You can use any type of ornament that matches with your decoration for this year. And then to make it look fuller and with a pop of red, I decide to add some berries from Dollar Tree. You can stick everything if you want, especially if you have kids, or you can just insert them between the branches. and it's going to work just fine. In the center you can add a riser or a cupcake stand because I want to create like a different level on the center. You can add like a small Christmas wreath if you want and a battery candle from Dollar Tree, and this is going to really elevate the look of my project. And like I said, this is a centerpiece that you can put on your dining table or maybe on your entry table, and it's going to look amazing. And it was super simple using these Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be creating a wreath and I want to make a really cool and personalized sign with the word joy. My Cricut Maker 3 is going to cut it super fast. Then I'm going to add a transfer tape on top to be able to transfer my decal on my sign. I decided to go with this really cute wooden snow from Dollar Tree. You can paint it any color. I decided to go with some wax in antique color. I'm going to stick my decal, and this is how this project looks. Now it's time to add it to my wreath. I'm going to use this simple wreath that I have. It's perfect now for Christmas, and I'm going to put my snowflake sign on top, and you can add some hot glue just to make sure that it's not going to fall. Now, because this is going to be like a winter wonderland theme, I decided to get some snowflake ornaments from Dollar Tree. I got 3 packages and they come with 2 snowflakes each, so I'm going to stick those 6 snowflakes on my wreath. You can add a little bit of hot glue to secure them, and then if you want you can leave like that, but I want to add an extra touch. So I have these blue like berries. I think they are from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to cut them in half to be able to have more for the entire wreath, and then I'm going to be hanging these on my sister-in-law front door, and then I'm going to hang the wreath that we just DIY. Tree colors can be a little bit expensive, and boxes too, like at least more than like $25 or $30. So I decided to make one using just some boxes that I have at home. Now you need like a square box, so for that I decided to use 2 of the boxes that I have because mine have a rectangle shape. So I basically just cut 4 pieces the same size, and I'm going to start making my own box. Once I cut all of the cardboard, I'm going to start sticking and making my box, and for that I'm going to be using some hot glue. If you have a square shape box, it's perfect. You don't have to do these, but sometimes not everything is perfect and you have to fix it. So this is what I did for this project. You can cover these, you can paint it any color, you can add maybe some fabric to this box. I want to make like a faux wood box, and so for that I decided to go with the contact paper from Dollar Tree. They have a few contact paper that you can choose from, like faux marble and things like that, but I really like the faux wood, and they have it in 2 different colors. I decided to go with the darkest one, and what I'm going to do is basically just add these to my box. Super easy. Make sure that when you are adding these to your box that you are removing like all of the bubbles that it can have between the contact paper and your cardboard. To make it easier to remove all of the bubbles from your contact paper, you can use like a spatula, and I use about 2 of these contact paper rolls to cover the whole box, but that's going to depend on the size of your box. Once I was done covering the whole box, I'm going to be folding the edges of the top and the bottom, just like if you are wrapping a present. Once I was done, this is how the project turned out, and I really like it. I think it's perfect, it's cheap to do, and it's going to look pretty good on your Christmas tree. I don't know if this is just me, but I don't like the thread that the ornaments always have. I don't know, I don't like how they look on my trays. I don't like the color. Oh, I don't like it. So a really cool hack that I want to share with you is that, hey, just cut that small piece and then you can use these metal hooks from Dollar Tree. They come so many in this package. They are the same color as your Christmas tree and they are really easy to manipulate on your ornaments and the branches of your tree. So what I like to do is to cut the small thread, then I add the metal hook on the ornaments and I just hang all of the ornaments on my Christmas tree, especially the balls. You can manipulate, you can make like a small twist on the branches and I promise you they are not going to fall. It's going to stay there for longer and your Christmas tree is going to look beautiful and it's really easy to remove once Christmas is over. I want to share with you how I decorated my Christmas tree last year. I really love how that beautiful tree turned out and I'm so proud of it. I'm going to leave you the link in the description box so you can watch that whole video on how we decorate this tree, but I just used all of the hacks that I just shared with you guys. Okay, let's work with this project for your Christmas tree decoration for outdoors. You're going to need this set of balls. It comes these two in a set and they have a pretty nice shape. So what I'm going to do is to stick them together. I'm going to be using hot glue, but if you want to put this outside, you can use a stronger glue, maybe like E6000 or super glue. Once I stick these two pieces together, I'm going to be working with bigger vases. I'm gonna get two of these planters from Dollar Tree and I'm actually reusing these ones that I already have. I used to have like tomatoes plant inside. I don't remember, but they die anyway. I'm going to be using now these for this project. And what I'm going to do is to stick them with hot glue like inside of those balls that I already stick together. What I'm trying to do is to DIY a pretty big vase for a Christmas tree. And I think this is a pretty nice shape that you can try. Once I have that part ready, it's time to paint the whole piece so that it can have just one color and it's going to look so much better. And what I'm going to do is to spray paint these outside with this colonial red spray paint color and then I'm going to let it dry. Once it is dry, this is how my project turned out and I really like it. I love this color so much. It pops out so good on my front porch, but you can paint it any color, maybe gold, white, black, and just add a small Christmas tree on top. You know that bells are very trendy right now, but they are expensive, especially if you look for giant bells. So I decided to DIY my own giant bells using these buckets from Dollar Tree. I have them since spring and I'm going to just reuse the ones that I have. I decided to remove like the handles that they have so they can look better as bells. And what I'm going to do is to spray paint these. You can use any color you want, maybe green or red or silver. I decided to go with gold because I really like that. And I'm just going to spray paint these outside, but make sure that you spray paint all of the bucket on the inside and the outside. Now if you want, you can leave your buckets just like that, but I really love the antique look on any gold piece. So what I'm going to do is to use some wax in antique color and some napkins, and I'm going to add the wax on the napkin and then adding that to my bucket, and that way they're going to have this antique look that I'm looking for. And I promise you guys, this technique is super easy to do. Once the paint is dry from your bells, what I'm going to need is some of this rope. You can get it from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces. I'm going to make a knot on each end, and that's what I'm going to stick on each of the bells. That way it's going to be stronger. You can also make a hole on your bucket. You can use hot glue or a stronger glue, and you have to stick that on your bell. Make sure that the 2 pieces of rope have 2 different lengths, so that way they're going to hang into different levels. Now I want to add a cute and extra detail on my bells and make them unique. So what I'm going to do is to cut 2 small pieces of twine, and I'm going to make a knot on each side. I'm going to stick one side on the inside of the bell, and then on the other side I'm going to be hanging a pine cone that I get from the backyard. And I think that's a nice and unique touch to add to your bells, making them perfect now for Christmas. Once I was done, this is how my bells turn out. You can hang them outside, or you can hang them on your mantle or your Christmas tree. You have so many options, and they're going to look beautiful. This project cost me less than $5 because I already have the paint, and I'm so proud of how it turned out. I'm going to be using 2 pieces of wood. They are 4 feet long, I think, and I want to make like a really long front porch sign for my sister-in-law. So I decided to make these with some wood that I just have in my garage. I'm going to stick them together by putting small pieces of wood on the back and using nails. Once I have that part ready, you can sand everything to have a smooth surface, and if you want, you can leave it like natural wood color. You can paint it white. I decided to go with black, and I paint the whole piece with 2 coats of black chalk paint. Now I want to add an extra touch. I want to make a small sign for the top of this big sign. So I'm going to use this piece of wood that I have at home, and then I'm going to be adding the transfer tape on top to be able to transfer these to my small sign. And once I have that part ready, I'm going to be sticking that sign on the top of the big long sign that I just paint. Now it's time to make my decal for the rest of the project. And something very important is that you measure your sign, so that way you know how big or small your project can be to be able to design that on the Cricut Design Space. I'm going to be creating the word home. I'm going to leave a space between the letter H and the M because I want to add this really cute snowflake that I found at Dollar Tree, and I really like it because it's big and huge and it's going to pop out from my sign. And you can paint it any color, but I thought that this natural color that the sign has looks amazing on the project. Because this is going to be outside, you can add like a protective coat on this vinyl, but trust me, I have done this before. Cricut's vinyl is amazing, so it should be fine. Now my sister-in-law front porch is pretty big, so I decided to add something for the window. I'm gonna get 2 Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. I'm going to put them together like in different directions. I'm going to spread all of the branches out of the Christmas tree to make it look fuller, and I'm going to add a bow with a snowflake ornament on the center to make it match with the rest of the decoration. If you want, you can add berries or things like that. I decided to go with some leaves and I stick them with hot glue. And then she have like a small like coffee table, so I decided to put like a big glitter snowflake from Dollar Tree, a small planter with a Christmas tree, and a black reindeer. This is how this project turned out, and it's super easy, simple to do. I know that anyone can do it, and it's on a budget because I was using Dollar Tree supplies, and I really like how it turns out. Okay, my love, so these are the 20 DIYs that you can do now for Christmas using Dollar Tree products or things that you maybe have at home. I hope that you like them, but let me know in the comments which of these 20 ideas is one of your favorites. I'm going to be reading all of your comments, and make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, that you hit the bell, and also that you follow me on all my social media pages. I'm going to leave you the link in this video and every single one. Thank you so much for the love and support. Merry Christmas, and see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye guys.